So say you finish your presentation or your meeting, and then when you finish, you go, any questions? And there's that silence that is so oppressive. Nobody says anything. Well, we have this thing called threading. It's a really cool way of getting people involved when you ask, are there any questions, without making them feel called upon. Like, when you say, okay, this has been so cool. I'm so excited. So what do you think, Alex? And Alex looks at you like, oh my God, I love that, and they just bumble and fumble. So we have a structure that is better than that. When we were talking about opening it up for questions, one of you had a great idea. I was talking about threading, and I'll get back to that in a second. But one of you said, what if you have people come prepared with questions? There used to be a kind of a bad way of looking at, oh, they planted questions and they were all there to just prove the point of the speaker. You don't want to do that. But having somebody in the audience, a Sal or somebody else, that can kick it off, because no matter what you do, when you do say, any questions, there's always that stillness, and what some people call, you can hear the crickets in the background. So having somebody with a controversial, provocative, intelligent, smart, really what the audience would say if they were going to say questions, is not a bad idea. To be totally authentic, though, to start by what we call threading is when you call a person's name, restate what you've been talking about, then ask a question. That's really cool. And if you remember that, instead of saying, so I think this is really cool, don't you agree, Jessica? Okay, Jessica has not been listening. And she kind of looks and, oh, would you repeat the question? I mean, that kind of thing happens. So by saying, hey, Jessica, as we've been talking about the difference between threading and having some questions planted, what do you think is the advantage or disadvantage? That type of thing is really cool, because I said her name. Oh, I'm paying attention. Give her a little recap and then ask the question. She will love me forever. And so will anybody in your audience when you do that for them.